Welcome to day 2, everyone, between Sri Lanka and South Africa, the final group game of the Test Championship here on the Twisty 3 channel. Sri Lanka on day 1, gee, what a day they had. 23 without loss after knocking South Africa over for 192 runs on day 1. Really was a remarkable performance with the ball by them there. And let's take a look quickly again at how important this game is. The winner of it is the team that is most likely to go on to qualify for the next stage. If Sri Lanka win, of course, they're in. If South Africa win, of course, they're in. So a big opportunity for both sides. It's more or less they're going to get in. We'll have to work out the final logistics of that, I guess, as it all plays out. But right now, Sri Lanka in the box seat after South Africa won the toss and they batted on day 1. It's Dimuth Karunaratne at the crease as Faf du Plessis adjusting some of his fields. That one is not going to be the correct one because Karunaratne goes over the top on the onside and he finds a boundary for 4. I'm happy to signal that there as the umpire myself there. It's this one again through mid-wicket, and this will bring up the 50-run stand between these two. Karunaratne and Fernando. Fernando really yet to do too much with the bat. Just 8 runs there from the 32 balls, but Karunaratne really pressing on hard here and getting himself plenty of runs early and starting this partnership off in a good vein. And this is obviously the biggest partnership we've seen all match here, with South Africa really failing to put together anything of note in their opening innings. They just lost wickets consistently and quite regularly, and it really put them on the back seat where they weren't really able to take control of this game. Where is the first wicket going to come from for South Africa? Rabada appeals. Well, he doesn't really appeal. He sort of just walks back to the bowling crease, but behind the stumps they were up and about. And it was given, so that should be the first wicket for South Africa. We are going to see this sent upstairs for review, though. And impact in line. Is it hitting leg stump? Oh, it's not. It's missing. By how much? Geez, not much at all. Gee, look how close that is. So Rabada may be right in his not really appealing that decision. But in the end, it means that the Sri Lankans survive, and they can still press on with this opening partnership, which is already worth 83 runs. And Karunaratne hits this one through cover. And this will be his individual 50 inside the opening 20 overs. Just what a performance we've seen from Sri Lanka so far, both with the ball yesterday and so far today with the bat. Karunaratne 54 from 65, hitting it all around the park to get himself runs as Sri Lanka just start closing in on that South Africans' first innings total. Already got that lead down to just over 100 now. It's under 100. And that will actually be the 100-run Sri Lankan partnership, which has come up after, not too long at all here. Just 23 overs. They've scored it a pretty ridiculous rate here, about 4.5. Karunaratne being really the prime suspect behind that scoring, striking at about 70. Or even 80. It's been a very high strike rate from him. And Fernando getting in on the act now with a boundary over cover. It's his first partnership worth 129. And that's a big shout. If there was no bat involved, it looked pretty out to me. It is going to be given. So finally the opening breakthrough for South Africa. It was Ngidi who gets Fernando to depart. 129 for 1. Sri Lanka in response to the 192 from South Africa's opening innings. So, again, what a start from the Sri Lankans here. They are already in, well and truly in the box seat. They're 58 runs behind. Karunaratne is on fire with the bat with no real signs of slowing down. Kasal Mendes has now joined him at the crease. And they really look to just press on here and put this game really in the best possible position for them to win as they head towards the end of this second session. There was another boundary there, and look at it, 161 for 1. A huge session from the Sri Lankans. Karunaratne 92 not out. Mendes, sorry, I can't speak. Mendes just joining him at the crease. There was 32 extras there as well, and 24 of those extras were actually coming from buys. So a bit of undisciplined bowling from the South Africans really allowed those, bonus runs, as we like to call them here, or free runs, to the Sri Lankans at a time where South Africa can't really afford to be giving away too many extra runs and giving the lead to the opposition. You know, Sri Lanka 1 down at the moment, and they're only 15 runs behind. Make that 14 or 13. It's going to be a close run, but they get there for 3 runs. And that is actually the ton-up for Karunaratne. I didn't even realise it, but 102. A superb knock, and again, just hammering it through cover to the boundary. He does not want to stop, and it's been enough to give Sri Lanka the lead as we see the outside edge finally causing the dismissal of Karunaratne. It has taken them quite some time here, South Africa, to get that breakthrough wicket, and it was on a defensive shot nonetheless, considering he'd played such an attacking innings. Of course, it was the defensive shot to be his undoing. Karunaratne out for 113, 197 for 2. Sri Lanka, and they've already hit the lead here in this test match. And they want to press on and keep going because that's exactly what they need to do to give themselves the best possible chance of winning. And right now, they are in the prime position to win this match. It would almost rule out, I guess, the South African comeback if you can bat super duper well in this opening innings and really just put the game as far beyond out as you can. Like, today has been superb batting. 212 for 2, and the lead is 20 runs right now. You see a close run there, and it is going to hit the stumps on the full, or on the bounce, but it is going to be the wicket. So another one falls here for Sri Lanka. Good throw in from the deep. It really probably wasn't on for 2. The keeper was probably not even in a really great spot to take that if you wanted to whip the stumps off quickly, but it meant another wicket falls for Sri Lanka. Mendes and Chandimal now, the 2 guys out in the middle. As that lead is going to continue to grow, and with 7 wickets in the shed, South Africa will need to get a move on before the end of the day's play today if they're any chance of getting themselves back in this game. There's another 2 and another direct hit that is going to be out once again. This time Mendes will depart. So again, the South Africans just creating some chances here with just some smarter, fielding, some more aggressive, I guess, running to get that ball in the field. A bit more energy there. Mendes out for 20. And a couple of run-outs in a row for the Sri Lankans. So maybe they need to work out, I guess, they're running between the wickets. Hasn't been the strongest possible moment for them so far today. But they still have a lead, and they've still got plenty of wickets in the shed. So another sort of 50 partnership would, increase this lead up over 100. And that's what they'd love here, Sri Lanka, is you get yourself into the best possible position as the team batting second when you know you're going to have to bat last, and maybe you don't have to bat last if you bat well enough the first time around. That lead already 52 right now as Chandimal once again finds the gap on the onside. This will be 2, I think that's 3. Doesn't quite go to the boundary. They will pick up the 3rd run here, lead up to 55. The bowler's end was close. And that takes us to the end of the second session here today. 247 for 4 after they were 129 for 1. So a little bit of a fight back from the South Africans in that session. They managed to take 3 wickets, still for a further, I guess, 80, 90 runs, or 90 to 100 runs, I guess it was put on in that session as the Sri Lankans continue to increase upon that lead. It's now 64 at the moment with Dinesh Chandimal on 21. Tries to go over cover and has got the gap. So that'll be 4 again. And shots like that would really just test you. That's a leading edge and taken. Oh, what a catch. Nice and low. And this time it's Rabada getting the wicket. Look at this, just a leading edge. I don't really know if it was sort of a half volley. It must have been just ballooned off the edge. Looked to work at the onside and it ends up being on the offside. And low with the one hand from Aiden Markram takes a nice catch there. Rabada gets the wicket, 271 for 5. Sri Lanka, they've got a lead of still 87 runs and growing with plenty in the shed. Dananya De Silva joins Nirashan Dick Weller out there. So far, he's looking pretty good. 27 from 64. Another boundary coming up for him here. There's been a really poor performance from South Africa at home, especially with the bat there early days. Just need a few more things going their way late as this is hit over cover. It was in the air for a moment. Short cover fielder, I guess, is in there for that sort of a chance, but just over his head and sharp and quick made it difficult. We'll have a look at that. Oh, they're running. Oh, I don't even know what's going on here. This is out. I don't even know what's happened here. Let's have a look at this, because this is quite possibly the most bizarre dismissal I've ever seen in history on this game. The ball has hit the stumps. It's then gone into the stumps, and the bowler has picked it up. The bail's already off. Doesn't pick the stump out of the ground with the ball touching the stump. I'm so confused what happened there. Anyway, it means Dick Weller's out for 9, so a bit of a gift from the South Africans. Is that out too? Gee, it was in the air for a while. Didn't quite carry. But a bizarre run out nonetheless. And now down the ground goes De Silva. This will be 4, and this will be 50 for Dananya De Silva. 51 from 131 deliveries. Strike at 38.9. Just been, a rock at the crease. Being allowed everyone else just time to get themselves in and bat the way that they want to. 327 for 6. That lead now to 134. There's the half century. Plenty of singles to the onside. Plenty of boundaries to the offside. And one with an inside edge over the stumps. Pulled away. Fielder under it. Taken. So now South Africa get one late. It is De Silva, who had just brought up his 50. They'll be happy that they got that wicket in the end. Let's take a look at it on the replay screen. Just a short ball. Wanted to take it on with a pull shot. Tried to get it in between square leg and mid-wicket, but a little bit too much airtime meant Bavuma was able to get underneath it. De Silva out for 52. 327 for 7. Sri Lanka. And a few wickets starting to fall a little bit more consistently now for them. As Lucknow gets himself off the mark, they pick up 2 here, and we've got 1 ball left today. It's going to be hit straight to mid-off. It's going to be a dot ball. Sri Lanka will end the day 137 runs ahead. Lucknow and who else is this at the crease with him? Embledenya at 329 for 7. Look at that, 52, is that 52 extras? No, it's 32 extras, surely. Or no, it is 52 extras. My God, goodness. Sri Lanka with a big lead at the end of day 2 here in South Africa. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you all on day 3, where I guess Sri Lanka are going to continue to improve their lead. Can South Africa fight their way back in the game? We'll see you all on day 3 to find out.